They say it happened long ago, in the days when the earth still listened to the footsteps of men and the moon whispered secrets. One evening, as the sun folded itself into the hills, a stranger walked into the village. He carried no bundle, no staff, no words. His clothes were plain, his face unreadable, his eyes too dark and too quiet. The villagers, as was their custom, offered him food, a mat to sleep on, and a place by the fire. He nodded in gratitude but spoke not a word. For 6 days he lived among them. He joined their meals but never asked for more. He watched the children play, but never smiled. He sat close to the storytellers at night, though his lips never shaped a tale. Strange things began to happen. Chickens went missing, though no one heard their squawks. A goat was found in the morning with its skin empty, as though its flesh had melted away. Children swore they saw the stranger standing at the edge of the forest at dawn, though others claimed he was still asleep on his mat. The elders whispered, "He is only a traveler. The land tests us when strangers arrive. Let us show kindness." So the village remained open-hearted, though unease crept like smoke in the dark. On the 7th night, the moon rose red and heavy, like an eye that had seen too much blood. The villagers gathered for song and dance, but the air felt too still, too sharp. The stranger sat apart, his shadow stretching longer than it should. Then, without warning, his body began to ripple. His skin wavered like water struck by stone. His arms grew longer, his back bent and cracked, his face stretched until it no longer belonged to him. In one breath, he became the face of the blacksmith. In another, the face of the chief's daughter. Then the farmer, then the widow, then the children, all their voices tumbling from his mouth at once. It was as though the village itself had been swallowed inside him. Panic struck. Mothers clutched their children. Men raised spears, but how do you strike an enemy who wears your brother's face? The shapeshifter laughed, a sound like broken bamboo. He moved among them, shifting from form to form, sowing terror. In the confusion, people fled into the forest, trampling one another in the dark. When dawn broke, silence ruled the village. Smoke from overturned fires curled into the sky. Doors hung open. Mats lay scattered. But of the villagers, only a handful remained, shaking, wide-eyed, never able to speak again of what they saw. The stranger was gone. Or perhaps he was not. For those who survived swore they sometimes glimpsed familiar faces in the crowd, faces of their lost ones, watching them, smiling too long. And so the story is told. Be wary of the silent ones. Be wary of the wanderer who comes at sunset. For kindness can open doors that should never be opened, and not every guest seeks shelter, some only seek a place to hide.